Welcome to Misbehaving. This is a podcast where we're going to hang out and talk about life with multiple sclerosis. Because, shock horror, my friend Emily, I actually have multiple sclerosis.
No.
Yes.
I do too.
What? That is so convenient for this podcast.
I'm finding ways to keep it together, mostly.
And I am a comedian, so I'm just trying to find ways to laugh about it.
Together, we're here to share stories, insights, and a healthy dose of sarcasm about what it's really like to misbehave.
So whether you have MS like we do, whether you love someone with MS like us, or whether you've just stumbled upon this somehow, welcome. We're going to have a good time.
This is Misbehaving, because life with MS doesn't always play by the rules, and neither do we.
Apart from with like games and stuff, we'd always play by the rules, because otherwise it ruins the game.
It depends on the game.
That's an interesting point. Maybe we'll cover that in a later episode.
Strip poker? Do you play by the rules in strip poker? No, you got to cheat, man. You want to get everyone else naked.
That's an interesting... I don't think I've ever played strip poker.
You don't get out much, do you?
No.
Welcome to the Misbehaving Podcast with your hosts, Sam Smith and Emily Howard. Get ready. It's time to start misbehaving.
Welcome to Misbehaving, everyone. My name is Sam Smith. I am a comedian, and I have multiple sclerosis. It sounds like I'm doing a like it's an AA meeting.
Yeah, this isn't AA. Not yet, anyway.
This is MS.
This is MS. Yeah, AA is a autoimmune something other disease.
It's also the Automobile Association.
Oh, yes.
But you random voice who I'm listening to, what is your name?
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. I'm Emily. I, too, have MS. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm really excited to be here today.
It's very exciting. This is our first episode of the podcast. We're hanging out. Guys, what we're going to do, we're going to hang out and talk about just life, really.
Life, but also, why are we here?
Why are we here? You just called me over and said, come over and we'll make a podcast.
I did. I don't even really know you yet. And I'm like, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
But you know what we have in common?
We're both American women
No.
with purple hair.
No. Try again.
We're both white New Zealand men with bushy beards.
No. Try again.
Is it the MS thing? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, it's the MS thing. Look, guys, yeah, we definitely have MS. And the reason we're here, we're actually here in Auckland right now, Auckland, New Zealand. And both of us met in our local community multiple sclerosis society, right?
We did.
I think that was about, 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah, it
We
was,
met?
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Was
a
it?
while. Yeah.
I feel like I met you like a year ago.
Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Maybe I just saw you because, as I mentioned, you do have purple hair. So
Yeah.
as a low vision, I have low vision. My MS affects my eyesight.
Yes.
And you are a wonderful person to have around, Emily.
I'm a
because
beacon.
You are a beacon. That's the word.
I am a beacon.
You are so easy to see and follow around a room. And also it helps that you are a loud American as well.
Oh, and 5'10"?
That's right.
All of those things.
But I'm 6 foot, so you're still short to me.
Oh, well, I'll get there someday.
But what we've realized is just even in those little times that we've met before is that I like hanging out with you.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't return the compliment. That's cool. But
You wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise, mister.
And but what we realized is that we kind of deal with our MS in the same sort of way. It's by laughing about it, pointing out those things that are quite interesting that we find. And we thought there are probably some other people out there who probably do as well.
Yeah, I think that really what it comes down to is when I met you, Sam, you have the most positive attitude.
No, I don't.
Don't tell me I'm wrong. No, you've got
Yeah, I
such
do.
a positive attitude. You are so alive, so vibrant. And, I feel that way too.
Mm.
And this disease doesn't define me.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard, but we need to lift people up. I need to be lifted up. You need to be lifted up. How do we create a space where we're not just in this room we have an entire world and a family of people with the same stories that we have.
Isn't it that crazy? Like, as soon as you meet someone else with the MS, you immediately feel connected to them. You're
It's
just
a
suddenly in
magnet.
this gang.
Yes, absolutely. And even though our stories and our illness is different, or medications are different, and how we show our illness, what's the same is the journey to get here. How did we become this?
All of us had to wait months and months and months
months
to
and
get
months
an
and
MRI.
months, right? And then the processing time of going, what does this mean? What did it mean through the last 20 years of my life? Like, there's just so much that, and to come out the other side, it's not always easy. And I just want to be that light, that beacon that helps people navigate.
Yeah, fantastic. It really wasn't until I started talking about other people with MS once I was diagnosed. And I was diagnosed in 2015, so I'm almost almost a decade in now.
Wow.
And thank you so much for being impressed.
And you're still smiling. That's great.
Yeah, it wasn't until I started talking to other people with it that I realized that everyone deals with it differently. But I think the commonality I found is that most people were just upbeat and cool with it. They kind of realize, oh yeah, this is a thing, this is a string to my bow, which is not how people feel at the beginning.
No.
And as soon as people realize that there are other people that have dealt with it, are dealing with it, and people who will deal with it in the future, knowing that there are other people out there who have done it, have been there before, and are there at the same time is so, so cool. And so that's kind of what I want to do with this. I want to be there. If people want to get in contact with me, please do.
Yeah.
I'm at Sam Smith Comedy on all the things, and I've spoken with lots of people before about it, and selfishly that helps me. Talking about it to other people and introducing them to the MS world helps me deal with my MS. It helps me sort of see it in a nice light. It's like I've got 2 children, and as soon as I saw other people struggling with their children, I was like, oh yeah, my kids have grown up and I don't have to deal with shitty little toddlers anymore.
Oh, isn't that great?
It was the greatest moment.
Do you know what it's like for me? I have a 25-year-old. COVID, everyone was like, I don't know what to do with my 10-year-olds. I'm like, don't care, not my problem. Judge me for having kids when I was young, whatever. Yeah. I got this figured out. You guys handle that.
You just leave him in his room and he just plays computer games.
You have to, home educate your children. Screw that. Got that one done and dusted.
How good was COVID? I loved it.
Oh, man, COVID was awesome.
Wait a second. You were diagnosed after COVID, weren't you?
I was. So I was diagnosed in 2022, very early. So I'm almost coming up on 3 years.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, no, mine was was after COVID. But that moment of when you get the diagnosis, it felt like I had to go back in the annals of my memory to go, when did I actually start with it? It was like every bump, bruise, scrape, any illness I ever had that was just strange. I was like, was that it? Was that the time?
There's so much science out there about it and where it all comes from. And Epstein-Barr is apparently the Epstein-Barr virus is the thing. So
it's the thing.
I had glandular fever when I was at high school.
Apparently, I had mono at some point in my life. I don't know when.
They say that's the kissing disease.
I know.
Were you smooching some peeps?
I don't know.
Must have been smooching some peeps.
Well, I have smooched peeps.
Yuck, you admitted it? I can't believe it.
I know.
Emily, I can't believe this is being recorded.
I know. I have smooched peeps, but I don't know. I don't know when.
Yeah, right.
It escapes me.
So one of the things that we're going to do with this podcast is we're going to talk about all those things about MS that we like to chat about. We don't know everything. We're going to find out things about it as well by talking.
And it changes daily.
Exactly right. And we're going to talk to people who know more than us. We're going to talk to people who know less than us. We're just going to, everything about MS, if it interests us, we're going to talk about it.
We are, but it's not going to just be about MS.
Oh, no.
There's some life here,
Of
because
course.
that's not how I live my everyday life. I
Yeah.
don't talk about MS every moment of every day.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to just, rise above sometimes, have a little bit of fun, but reach out and just remember the good, positive things in life.
Yeah.
And be joyful.
One of the greatest things that happened to me when I got MS is that I got a disability park. We can park in disabled car parks, which is...
I don't think that counts for everyone.
It does. If you have MS, you are eligible to get a disabled car park. When I got it, it cost $50. You can park for twice as long in any car park, any disabled car park, or any normal car park for twice as long is what I should have said before.
Got it.
And it's really great. And anyone with MS qualifies for it. I also got it the same day that I lost my vision and wasn't allowed to drive, so that was quite funny. But
that's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it was. But that's funny.
Take this extra parking, but
Yeah.
you can't drive.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the good news? You get a disabled car park. Great. What's the bad news? You're not allowed to drive anymore.
I gotta fact check this one
Yeah.
because my MS was optic neuritis for about 3 weeks.
Mhm.
How would that qualify me?
As an MS person, you get fatigued. You can't park in car parks that are far away from the shop that you're going for. You need,
Really?
yeah, you need to be able to go and get your groceries and not have to take them too long. If you're feeling
Well,
tired
that's
and
why I order them for delivery.
Yeah. Oh, that's very
Well,
clever.
yeah.
Also, oh yeah, I forgot. It's 2005. We can order our
That's
food
right.
from the
That's
supermarket.
right. That's right. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
look, I'm going to go fact check you on that. I'll
Yeah.
come back on that, and maybe I'll go through the process and we can explain it to our listeners.
Would be wonderful.
Should we try that?
Let's definitely do that. Oh, and that's the thing as well. We want to answer people's questions as well.
Yes.
If you have any questions, send them in to us. You can
Yep.
contact us through our Instagram page, which is
Misbehaving.show.
yeah. How did we get misbehaving.show? That's great.
Well, misbehaving.show is our website, and we have a website too.
What?
I know.
This is a legit
It
podcast.
is. Look at you in that comfy chair with a nice microphone.
Yeah.
What have you done now? Sorry. What value are you adding here?
What, me?
Yeah, well, you just show up, rock up with some sunglasses, sit down, and you're like, podcast, go.
I think I bring. Do I bring? I hate saying this. Do I bring a little bit of star power?
I think so.
I was on season 1 of The Traitors New Zealand, and if you know,
I don't know what
you
the
don't want.
critters
Okay,
are.
it's a reality TV show. It's one of the biggest TV franchises in the world at the moment. That's all good. You don't need to know.
Really?
But yeah, I was on it. Yeah,
What did you do?
I was a contestant on it.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did actually.
Fuck off.
I won't. I will fuck on. Yeah,
You
it was.
won a reality show?
I want a reality TV show. Isn't that crazy? And The Traitors is a show that isn't like, when we showed up, they said, now this isn't a show for all those hot young people. And we were like, oh, okay, thanks, man. That's great. And,
I think.
but it was a game, and I played with such a bunch of it was 19 really clever, awesome, interesting people. And yeah, we had a great time. 3 people were secretly chosen to be the traitors, and every night they would murder someone and they would get kicked off the show, and they would just disappear. We wouldn't see them. And we did challenges to earn money, and if you managed to last the whole game without being murdered or banished by each other, every day we would have a meeting where we would bully one person out of the show. It was so awful.
It is so Kiwi.
It was
It's like tall poppy murder,
Exactly.
or you're out.
exactly right. Yeah, and so yeah, I managed to stick around the whole time. Ended up winning. No biggie.
Well,
It was a huge biggie.
was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get a big prize?
I won $30,000, which is pretty good.
What? That is pretty good.
And I won with my friend Anna as well, and she's incredible. Anna Reeve. We got along really well because she not because of this, but because we're nice people. But also we teamed up together. She has alopecia, which is an autoimmune disease like MS. So immediately I was like, yeah, that's my guy. Got to stick with this guy. And then because we lost our mind through it, I started to question her a little bit, but I came back round by the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to explore this more because
Oh.
this is interesting.
It was,
But
yeah.
but I know we've known each other now for about maybe 6 months,
Mm.
if 6 months, because I was elected to the board of directors in April
Yes, right. Of MS Auckland.
of MS Auckland.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right. So I am a board of directors. Everything I say here is not representative of anybody else, no other organizations. This is simply Sam and Emily.
Yeah.
So I'm not speaking on anyone else's behalf.
As the ambassador for MS Auckland, I am speaking. Everything I say has come through MS Auckland is 100% what they think. You're
What?
shaking your head at me. Okay, I'll take that back.
Okay,
I will
well,
redact that statement.
I just hope you have insurance because
I don't
did
need insurance. What do you
not.
need insurance for?
The Americans, we need insurance. We need insurance.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, but okay, so it's about 6 months that I met you,
Mm.
6 months ago. And I didn't know jack shit about you.
Yeah, no one does. But when I say star power, I'm the smallest star in the sky.
But hear me out here. MS Auckland connected me. I emailed you and I was like, hey, I've got this idea. And you're like, great, sign me up. That'll be awesome. Let's do it. I didn't even Google you.
Yeah. My name is Sam Smith. I'm quite hard to Google.
Well, I know, but I can figure out. Let's see. He's in my city. He does something like entertainment stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
I
won
could have
4 Grammys
found
and an
you.
Oscar.
Oh, stop it.
That might be the other Sam
You're not a
Smith.
goat, are you?
Do you mean an EGOT?
Oh, EGOT. That's it.
What would a goat be? A Grammy, an Oscar,
Well, goat is just greatest of
And a-
all time.
and a
You
caddy
can
more.
be a
I'd
goat.
be a goat.
You can be a
I'll be a
goat.
goat.
I like it. Oh dear. But no, I didn't know who you were. And then I started looking and I was like, I was telling people, I was like, this guy, he's on Taskmaster. He works for Taskmaster New Zealand, which I'm a huge fan.
Yes.
A huge
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, Taskmaster's a great
And
show.
so rolling all the way back, maybe you're right. Maybe you are the star power. And maybe I'm just here to give you the light and to shine the beacon, because apparently beacon is the word we're going to use
This is the
this
beacon.
episode.
This is what this episode should be
episode's
called.
sponsored by Beacon,
Yeah.
whatever that is. If you're a sponsor, give me a call.
Oh, yes, yes.
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the thing we need to do as well. Yes, please
Yeah.
sponsor this.
Yeah. But anyway, so I didn't know who you were. So I think that star power actually is real because I was blown away. And then I've had the pleasure of going to your stand-up shows. I'm going to obviously have to binge The Traitors now, but you
Yeah, that's
spoiled
good.
that for me.
Yeah.
What year was that?
It was last year. It was 2023.
Was it last year?
It was the beginning of last year that we filmed it.
Wow.
To get a bit sort of emotional about it, it was the first time I really realized that, I've got MS, but that doesn't really... I got to do the show kind of because I have MS. It was like
Is that why they picked you?
well, no, I think they picked me because I'm a nice person. But,
You keep relying back on that
well, yeah, I
because
think
I'm a nice person.
that's one of my things. I'm a nice guy.
Okay. All right. Fine.
And
We'll judge that later.
yeah, that's and yeah, and it was just when I realized that, no, this thing's not going to hold me back. If anything, it's another sort of interesting string to my bow. I'm not just a straight white guy. I'm a straight white guy with MS.
And on a reality show.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. And I could see you buttering them all up.
I did. I know this makes on the show. You'll see this when you watch episode 1.
Okay, don't spoil it.
Oh, no, it's very early on.
Okay,
It's not a
okay,
spoiler.
okay.
I basically said I'm going to try and make people feel sorry for me so that they keep me around.
Oh, wow.
Weaponize your disability.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Anyway, so you are the star power. And by the time I realized who you were and I've seen you perform, I've seen all of the incredible, like you're just, every finger is full of talent. Every finger. I mean, you can sing, you can play guitar. I was standing there on Sunday while these slides of MS Auckland came up, and there you were on a stage. I didn't have my glasses on, but when I saw it, I went, is that Eric Clapton? No, that can't be
Wow,
Eric
he's
Clapton.
about 50 years older than me, so thank you.
Well, no, it was because I didn't have my glasses on. But you're standing there on a stage with a flannel and then a guitar, and
Yeah, a
I
bit of
was
guitar,
like, I was like, this dude's really fucking cool.
Oh, thank you.
So
This is nice.
yeah,
Well, Emma, I want to say as well, like, I feel like you deserve to be a star from just your attitude and the way you talk to people, and you're nice to people as well. So
Oh, I'm a nice person.
So yeah,
I'm a
together
nice
we'll be
person.
nice people.
We'll be
together.
nice people. Yeah.
Well, I do think though, and I'm going to pitch this to you. We haven't talked about this before, but see if you're up for it. I feel like as MSEs or MSs or whatever the term is,
We'll come up with one.
yeah, we should have a disability that we hate, a rival disability. Now, I don't know what that's going to be, but I think we should really hate on someone.
Wow. Oh, wow. Is that good
So-
or bad? How does that feel?
It just means that we feel better than these people.
Oh, so we're going to get an ego boost and a superiority
Yeah.
complex because we have MS?
Against people with, and I want to pick diabetics.
Oh,
I think people with diabetes have
Oh,
had
wait,
it
which
too
type?
good too long.
type 1, type 2.
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah,
We should
which
do
one?
the
Come on.
one that I reckon type 2 diabetes, because type 1 you're born with,
Yeah.
and in a way you're kind of born with MS. Is that true?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
So that's why we should hate on type 2, because they are more like us. There are people who have developed it throughout their
Oh,
life.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did all the right things to
Yeah.
get to where they are
Yeah,
right now.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
you agree with that or not.
No,
but
I love it. I love it. I mean, we could even go down the rheumatoid. Can't even say the word.
rheumatoid arthritis.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good
There's
idea.
another one. We could just pit autoimmune versus autoimmune.
That's
Who's
pretty
going to win?
The other thing about MS that is really great is because it is an autoimmune disease that affects your nerves. There are so many different ways that what's the word, that you can see it. It shows itself in different ways. One of the things it does with MS is it makes it hard to remember words sometimes. So that was one of those examples.
That was a good one.
So some people will be in wheelchairs. Some people will have, some people will use canes. Some will have low vision like me. Some people will be blind. Some people won't be able to use one arm or
Some
one
people
toe.
look just fine.
Yeah.
You can't even tell.
Are you pointing at yourself for that?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Is your eyesight good enough to see me doing that?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah. Me over here, Beacon.
Oh, yes, Beacon.
Yeah,
There you are,
Beacon. There I am. Woo, woo. But that's what I love about doing this with you. And hopefully, I mean, if we had 10 people listen, 10 people. That'd
What
be,
a waste of time.
What? Stop it.
Were you about to say it was worthwhile?
Yes. You would sit here just to hear yourself talk. I don't bullshit a bullshitter. You would.
Yeah, I would.
You would.
I just think you hear that if this means something to just one person, you hear that all the time.
But I can say it. It's true.
But more so, I think it's the community. We've
It
had
is.
so much. We both get strength from that. And so
Well, okay, so we've been tossing this idea around for what, like maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks,
Mhm.
back and forth. You know, life got in the way. Shit, we start getting into it. And quick story, sorry, was over getting my nails done a couple weeks ago. At my nail lady. I've been going to her for years, by the way.
Mhm.
Thank you, Barry. Love you.
Barry
Berry. Like
is the
strawberry.
man. Oh, Berry.
Beery. Is
Yeah,
that better?
Berry.
Beery.
Like strawberry.
Yeah,
Raspberry.
strawberry. Berry. Anyway, Barry.
It just sounded like you say Barry, which is to me an old white dude's name.
Okay, but that's the problem with American accents is that we say Barry with an E and Berry with an A the same way.
Really? Strawberry,
I do. Strawberry,
raspberry,
raspberry.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway.
interested in this.
Back to it.
Hello,
So-
Barry. I hope you're listening.
Hope you, yeah. Love you,
you sound
Barry.
cool.
Okay. So, woman walks in, and I could tell she was new here.
Mhm.
And she sits down.
She had her fingernails were 1 meter long and covered in dirt.
No.
Okay.
No, she was just kind of lost. Is
Okay,
all it
okay.
was. Yeah. So she walks in and she sits down next to me and she tells the lady, the technician, she says, "You're going to have to grab my hand really, really hard and hold it because I'm shaky. I have MS."
One of our people.
And I sat there and I could see how she was a bit uncomfortable. And I just turned instantly and went, "It's okay here. I have MS too."
Mm.
And she looked at me, "Laura, if you're here, I'm talking about you, girl." And it was
You
that.
did look up to the sky there. Is Laura dead? Is
No,
she a
she's
ghost?
not dead.
You just said it like she was like, if you're up there
I'm
somewhere.
looking at the camera, Laura. If you're
Oh, hello.
there, hi, camera. No, and so we talked for maybe 20 minutes, and she expressed the exact same thing you and I had talked about so many times. She says there needs to be something here, especially in New Zealand, but we're bigger than that. We know that.
Yeah.
Already we've got star power, so of course we're bigger than that.
I kind of regret saying star power before.
Oh, that's okay. I won't let you forget it.
Thank you.
And then, and it needs to be uplifting. It needs to be positive. And this woman who she was telling me she can't work anymore. She's got 3 kids and she's a single mother. And she said, I still have an Instagram account called Silver Linings with MS because I just want it there. The world is good and we need that positivity. And it just, I wanted to cry because I was like, the things that you and I were going, is this a thing? Is this a thing? It is.
Yeah, it really is.
And then on Sunday, going to the event, our Christmas lunch for the society, met another woman, Anu. She came running over.
Anu is awesome.
And
I
she's
love
like,
Anu.
I have to be a part of this. We need this. We need this so badly. And
You should call her right now.
I don't even have her
I don't
number.
have her number.
No.
Next week, we're going to get her number. We're going to call her.
Are we going to call her?
Yeah.
Or we should just have her over?
Can we do that?
Well, we'll work
Is that
on that.
something we can do?
We got to think about it somehow, some way. So, yeah, I want to.
Cool.
Yeah. A funny story. When we first moved to Auckland, I rented a house and I was like, oh, I used to live in that neighborhood on Sunday. She was like, oh, we live over here. And I was like, oh, I used to live in that neighborhood on this street. She goes, what was your number? They were right next door to my old house that I was in. We moved out of 4 years ago.
Wait, Anu was?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Isn't that nuts?
Wait, where was the street? Imagine if I lived there too.
No, I'm not giving you the street name.
What was the suburb?
Royal Oak.
I used to work in Royal Oak.
But you didn't work on my street.
I worked at the Royal Oak Dental Centre.
Oh, is that the one by the Pack and Save?
It's across the road from the Pack and Save. It's upstairs from the medical centre.
Oh, that's where our hair place is over there.
What,
oh,
at the dentist? That's weird.
No, underneath the dentist, I think.
Oh.
There's a hair salon. That's where they get this beautiful
Oh,
purple.
it's great. Do you still go there?
Well, I do, yeah.
Oh, it just seems quite far away.
No. I follow the talent.
All right.
I don't care where they are. Because
Okay,
she was in Mount Eden before and I still went there. I've been
Yeah.
going to her for 8 years.
Yeah, right.
This doesn't happen overnight, let me tell you.
How long does it take? It's incredible.
About 4.5, 5 hours every 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
But I get good reading. I read a
Yeah,
lot while
that's
it's
good.
going on.
Yeah.
So I get to catch up on my book. But yeah,
Your book.
it's
You're reading one book. It's
Whatever-
War and Peace. I've been reading it for
no,
12 years. Only when I get my hair done, though.
yeah. Napoleon hasn't even invaded yet, but someday.
Oh, you know more about War and Peace than I do.
Tolstoy. Oh, I've never read that one. Have you?
Yeah, no.
No.
No, I'm not really a book guy.
Were you a book guy when you had your eyesight?
Yes, I was.
You were? Okay.
And I suppose I am a book guy in that I write kids' books, but I
Yeah.
am.
With crayons and big letters?
Yeah, I just type it up on a screen and then,
Yeah.
then someone clever person who can do art does all the drawings and makes it look really pretty.
What? I got to know why children's book. How did this come about?
It came. The first thing I did, because I lost my vision, I wanted to be able to read something or do something with. I had with Harry, my 3-year-old at the time.
Oh.
So I wrote a poem for him, and I thought I can remember a poem. Poems are like songs. I'll remember them.
Yeah.
I'll just say it to him every night. And then I sent it to my mum, who is a children's librarian, and so she has lots of great ideas. She's a really good writer. And I just like, do you have any notes on this? And then I got a call back from her saying, I've given it on to my literary agent. And I was like, oh, you have a literary agent. That's cool.
You didn't know that about
I
your
didn't
mother?
know it. Mum's published some
Is
books
she
and
a
things.
ghost writer?
She's a real writer.
Okay.
As in, she's not up there. She's in Milford, and she And then I got a call from the literary agent saying, "Oh, is it okay if I shop this around a bit?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, whatever. Like anyone will want that." Then I got a call maybe the week after from Hachette, the publishers, saying, "Hey, we want to make your book." And I was like, "Great. What book are you talking about?" They were like, "Oh, Snake Brought Cake." That was my first one.
Yeah.
It was about it's about animals at a zoo setting up a birthday party for a kid called Harry. And then they made it. And it was really cool. And it sold pretty well. And so they said, "Hey, do you have any more ideas?" And I said, "I've always wanted to write a book about a dentist who's scared of children." So they said, "Yeah, cool, write that." So I made that one. That came out at the beginning of this year. Yeah, this year. And then they said, "Do you write scripts?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my job. I'm a TV writer."
That's my day job.
And they said, "Yeah, could you write us a script book that's like dialogue?" And so I wrote a book called Miles and Jones, and they said, "Yeah, cool, we like this. Can you make some more?" And so book 2 is coming out in February. Book 3 is coming out next November. And I've still got to start writing book 4, but it's been bought and we're making 4 of them at least. So,
Wow.
It's
How
cool.
exciting.
It's so cool. And I absolutely love it. And it's just something I can do at home when I feel like, AKA, I put it off a lot.
So when's your next book coming out?
Next one's coming out in February 28th, I do believe. It's called
Nice.
Miles and Jones and the Blizzard of Blobs.
If only I had young children in my life to buy your book.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
You could just buy a copy for yourself, but that's cool.
I'm sure I could go to the library.
You could buy a copy and just give it to a random kid you see on the street.
I could.
That'd be a bit weird.
And then I'd get arrested.
I don't think you get arrested for giving books to children. I think it's quite
you
a
sure?
good thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Weird purple haired people. You know, I get some looks. Here, little girl, want a book? You know, that would be awful.
Oh yeah. If you got arrested for giving books to people, then every Hare Krishna would be
True.
in prison.
True. Wow, where are they nowadays?
In prison? Did they go to?
Well, weren't they? I just look. I'm dating myself here, but they used to hang out at the airports.
Okay, maybe they caught their flight.
Maybe.
They were just on standby waiting for their flights, and they thought, well, we'll form a religion while we wait for our flight to come back online.
Yeah, they were always like at the airports. Do you remember the movie Airplane?
Yes,
See?
yes.
See?
That's a very good reference.
Yeah, but don't watch it anymore. It's so bad.
Airplane. It's so good.
Oh,
I watched it like...
politically incorrect. Like Blazing
Oh,
Saddles. Where? Oh, my
yeah,
gosh.
There's a lot of that. Shout out to Richard Pryor, our fellow MSC.
Oh, yes, Richard. We should have a
If you're
wall.
up there somewhere, Richard, we're talking
We
about
love you, buddy. We love you. Yeah. I hope your shaking has reduced.
So there is a man that I used to work with, Jono Pryor. He's Jono from Jono and Ben. His middle name is Richard. He's Jono Richard Pryor. And he's a very good comedian.
Intentionally?
So I don't know, but I like him.
Hey.
We should get him on that podcast.
Yeah. I don't listen to terrestrial radio anymore.
No one tends to. And no one watches terrestrial TV anymore as well.
Did you know I was in radio?
Really?
I was. I haven't
radio?
always been this.
Oh, were you on an American one that had like 4 letters? Like KVRM?
I was.
95.2.
I did. I was on several of those types of radio
Tell me more.
stations. Oh, I had this big dream growing up in the 80s that I wanted to be a top, Billboard top 200,
Yeah.
top 40 radio disc jockey. Because
Cool.
I just wanted to play music. I can't play instruments. I can't sing.
Yeah.
But, I can play CDs really
Yeah.
well. Really well. Like, I know exactly how to hit the buttons.
Yeah,
and
great.
to go fast and to turn it up.
You
and
know, to push the
pause.
play and record button at the same time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was so good at that on my cassette
Yeah.
recorder.
Oh, you know the lingo. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. I was good.
Whereabouts was this? Was this California?
It was California, indeed.
Amazing.
It was the Bay Area. A couple stations, KCRK, worked for a classic rock station for a few years.
Right.
Had my Sunday morning show called Emily English and the Best of the Brits, and I did a British rock show for 3 hours
Oh, my
every
gosh.
Sunday morning. And then I met a guy from Silicon Valley and fell in love, and I was like,
You fell in love with some nerd from Silicon Valley?
yeah, on the internet, no less.
Oh, cute.
Back in the time when well before this was cool to meet on the internet. Yeah, no, we met on the internet. I think I lied about it for at least 10 years.
Yeah, great.
Oh, where'd you meet? In a bar. In a bar. Yeah, in a bar. Yeah. Because that was a lot more acceptable than, well, I met him in this chat room.
Yeah, wow.
And then he disappeared because the phone line went out. And then I waited for him for a couple hours. And then I left. And then he came back and found me in another chat room the next night. And it just, so that's how it all began. Yeah.
You guys are adorable.
So, yeah, I met that guy and I said, this technology stuff pays a lot more than that radio stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, smart. Very smart.
So since then, I've been more in the, product, software development, sales, growth, you name it.
Whatever happened to that charming young man that you met in a chat room?
I don't know. I keep him around, let him out every once in a while.
You keep him around?
I do. Yeah.
Does it happen to be Todd, our producer?
It does. It does. How'd you know?
Oh my gosh, that's so cute, you guys.
28 years.
28?
How old are you? You were 11.
I was 11. Yeah, I'm 39 now.
Yeah, you were 11. What were you doing when you were 11 when I was being chased in chat rooms?
Well, it was 1996. I lived in Nelson. I was very cool. I was in the Nelson Cathedral Choir. I did some plays. I was at Hamden Street School. It was my final year of primary school. It was a good year.
Nice.
My teacher was called Mr. Lynham. His name was Weldon Lynham. Weldon.
That's a great, strong name. What's your name? I am Weldon.
Yeah. That was,
your mom could write books about Weldon.
Yeah.
And bodice rippers.
Bodice rippers? A bodice, like a body thing that you wear on your top?
Okay. Well, what kind of books does your mom? Because that's what I was alluding to. Going, is she a ghostwriter? She's got an agent you didn't even know about. Is she writing these slutty bodice rippers for these women?
Oh, right. I was imagining my primary school teacher wearing something that he was ripping out of. So that's why I got misled there.
No, Weldon would just be one of those. And he came in. His hair was glistening with the sweat, but he said,
he taught us the 9 times tables.
My name is Weldon. Like, you could just totally hear that. And I couldn't contain myself, and I had to rip off my petticoat.
You speaking about my standard for teacher like that is just, those are 2 very extremes of a scale right here.
And then I had to put your mother into it.
Yeah, who writes children's books for children.
Oh, is she a
Oh, yes.
You didn't qualify that.
I told you she was a children's librarian who writes children's books.
Oh, I didn't hear the children's librarian thing.
So shout out to my mum. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mom. Sorry, that was a trip.
It was a wonderful trip. And this is the kind of trip we're going to go on. It's going to be great.
But the thing is does anyone else want to hear this? If you want to hear this, tell us. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what works. Tell us what doesn't work.
I want to hear people's questions because
I do too. We need to get those questions, comments. Yeah. So what's next?
We are going to have so many things. I'm going to bring in, every week we're going to do a new segment.
Yes.
I'm going to come up with something hilarious and great for us to talk about every week.
Okay.
We're going to meet some wonderful new people. We're going to hang out with some wonderful old people. Basically, we're going to be a cool place where people with MS or people who know people with MS or basically just anyone we like, really, who might know something that could help us out in our lives.
Yeah.
Or just be a fun vibe hangout person. We're going to fun vibe hang out with them and have a great time.
I think everyone knows somebody with MS.
I think so too.
Whenever I tell somebody, they go, oh, yeah, my cousin's uncle's brother had that.
Yeah, don't mean an aunt. Yeah, my aunt's got it.
Yeah. But you know what? It's age irrelevant. It's people old like me, people middle-aged like you.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, not middle-aged, whatever.
I'm quite young, thank you very much.
Yeah, I can tell you in your ska and your Vans. And yeah, okay. But, it's every age, every ethnicity, everyone. So I think that is why this door is open. We're just going to talk about what's fun and when we learn new things and, have some fun doing it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with me, Sam. I couldn't have done this with anybody else.
Really?
Honestly.
That is so nice. Thank you.
I mean, do you know how many times I wake up and I go, he wants to do a podcast with me.
Of course I do. You're incredible.
No, this is going to be incredible. But you are star power. I am a big fan, and I love doing this with you. And if this is the one and done, I'm good. But it won't be.
If this is the one and done, this is going to run for 1,000,000 years.
If you walk out the door and get hit by a bus,
oh, true. Yeah, that's true.
and you can't see it coming,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much for listening, everyone.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. Yeah, send in your questions to misbehaving.show on Instagram. Check out our website.
Absolutely. Don't forget to donate. We have a Patreon.
We've got to get something up on that Patreon to thank people for doing that. So
I'll post something tomorrow.
So we'll figure out something really cool.
Yeah. And you can donate or you can subscribe. We don't have a subscription just set up now, but you can still donate.
And I think all that stuff is going to be used basically for advertising, right? We want to
Absolutely.
get this out there. We want to get people listening. We want to basically have something that if you get diagnosed with MS, you can go to us and you can find out things about MS. We can help you out, and you can find the community that can give you a much more relaxed time with your multiple scleroses.
Yikes. And to your point exactly, is bringing the awareness to every one of those MS organizations, all of the multiple sclerosis societies around the world.
That is multiple sclerosis societies.
Yes, around the world. Go find your local one. Help
Yes.
them. Join them, talk to them, donate to them, walk with them, do their auctions. It's incredible. And some people just don't know that they're there.
And
I
they're
didn't.
Super useful.
I didn't know. And so we're doing this to raise that kind of awareness. It's not just about the star power, but how can we help these community organizations that work so hard?
Yeah, they really do.
So hard, and they are so beneficial.
Yeah, they make a
So-
big difference.
Shout out to them. We love you so much.
All right, we will see you next time.
Next time.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Sam.
Peace.
Peace.